Welcome everyone to this week's edition of the GSM's Pride Spotlight. This week I have a new introduction. It's going to be a little different because I decided to do an introduction rather than necessarily a spotlight. Going to talk about its past a little bit, but I want to introduce Collin. Welcome to the team.
It's nice to be here.
So I've kind of thrown you in the fire here. You have no idea what this is or what this is about, right?
No, I have no clue.
So just to give you an update, I have a YouTube channel called the GSM's Pride, and I do employee spotlights once a week.
Okay.
So instead, I thought instead of doing a spotlight, I'll do an introduction to a new team member.
Okay,
So we'll talk a little bit about your past and leading up to now, but then usually what I'll do is I'll talk about what you do at Fusz and what the plans are for the future, but obviously you're so new, we'll revisit that later.
Okay.
All right, so born and bred St. Louis?
Yep.
Whereabouts in St. Louis you born and bred?
Maryland Heights. I grew up in that area all my life. Lived over there, went to Pattonville School District all my life, like elementary school, middle school, high school. Went to Rankin for college. Yeah, born and raised here.
And what did you go to Rankin for?
HVAC, so heating and cooling, like in the construction industry.
So high school? Which high school did you go to?
Pattonville High School.
Pattonville. Oh, you said that, didn't you? Yeah. You have to excuse me. I'm not familiar with all the school districts.
Yeah, no, it's okay. There's a lot. There's a lot in the St. Louis area.
Yeah, you know that's the question, right? What high school did you go to?
Yeah, it always is, and then you get judged based on it.
Yeah, exactly. So then you went and did HVAC.
Yep.
What drew you to that?
My dad did it, and it was just a little bit easier for me to get into, just because he knew about it, and he could teach me a lot with it.
Yep.
But just shortly after getting into it, I just kind of knew that it wasn't going to be my long term.
Yeah.
And I wanted to start on my long term as soon as possible.
So did you complete that college?
I
terms,
did.
Or?
It was they had a 2-year night program, but they came out with a new thing where you could double down on your classes and just do it in a year.
Yeah.
So I did it in 1 year and just got it out of the way.
And then after you did that, did you actually go and work in the HVAC
I was
industry?
working while I was going there.
Oh, so it was like an apprenticeship kind of.
So, I mean, I was working and then working during the day and then going to school at night.
So were you working for your dad, or what was you doing there?
Not for my dad, but like at the same company as him.
Okay. Which company was that?
Kirkwood Heating and Cooling.
Okay. So that's a pretty family-run business, right?
Yeah, it is. I liked everybody there. They treated everybody well, and it wasn't anything to do with, the people. It was just the job itself. I just kind of knew that it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Like,
so is that the only thing you'd done before you came here?
No, and then after that, I went and worked with my uncle over the summer, pretty much this summer, at Cardinal Contractors.
Okay.
Doing like a roofing contractor. After a storm hits, just trying to see if people want to buy new roofs through their insurance company.
So is that door to door?
It is door to door. It is.
Is that cold calling door to door, or did you get leads?
No leads. People might call into the office and then you'll already have the appointment for that day. So then I guess that would be the lead you might get, but 9 times out of 10, you're knocking on like probably hundreds of doors a day.
So what did you do? Wait for like a hailstorm to come in, then go to that area that got hit?
Yep.
That was literally as guerrilla tactic as it was?
Yeah, it was. And then while I was there, you would have like 8 other contractors walking in the same neighborhood. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hated it. Like, I didn't like the fact that like so many people would have to, come to your door. And it would bother people, because like they would get their door knocked on like 10 times a day.
By 10 different companies.
Exactly. So like it's just like a matter of, you really are trying to help the people like get a new roof through their insurance, and like they don't have to pay for it. So I mean, minus their deductible.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it was that and then flyering, which I stapled all my flyers by hand.
Jeez.
So like.
So how long did you do that for?
Just this from like April till about now. Like
okay.
Whenever I got on with you guys.
So are you doing like praying for hail every single day?
Pretty much. I mean, yeah.
Every time there's a storm coming in, please hail. Please hail, I can get some sales.
Yeah, like that's because either that or you're just working old areas where like a storm had already hit and just trying to, that's even harder because then you have to try to find the people that didn't file claims for the last storm.
Yeah, because you have no idea, obviously,
right.
Unless you do an inspection, yeah.
Yep.
What would you do? Like kind of go around and see which one looked like an old roof versus a new roof?
Yeah. I mean, I can tell like if a roof's old or if it looks like it may be damaged. I mean, you won't be able to see damage unless it's like prominent from standing on the street. But I mean, like I can look around and say like, oh, that roof's pretty old. Hey, let me either knock it or mark it with a flyer, and just move on. I mean, it's just like moving on every second, moving on.
That
moving
had
on.
to be pretty rough, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was like it's difficult to get sales that way, but I mean, it kind of teaches you like good lessons
Yeah.
as far as like in the sales on just don't be down on yourself if somebody tells you no. You're gonna get 100 no's before you get one yes.
I like that.
So I mean, that's just how I looked at it, and made the most out of it that I could.
Okay, well, I'm going to touch on the car business a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you what I probably asked you in your interview. Why in the world do you want to be in the car business?
I know I wanted to stay in sales. So what I mean by that is like at my old job, it was more seasonal. They would like I said, you would have to wait on a storm. Whereas like the car business, I mean, yeah, you might have slower months, but like it's consistent all through the years. And plus, I had a friend that works here for Fusz at GM.
Yeah, normal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went and talked to him about the benefits and how much he gets paid and everything. And I was like, man, I mean, he gets paid a pretty decent amount, So I mean, it's just what you make of it. If you sell a lot, you can make a lot.
So is it really more sales that you are gravitated towards, or automotive sales? And trust me, it doesn't matter what your answer is; it's not going to affect anything.
I mean, I really don't have like a preference. It's just sales, I would say. I mean, I like cars. I like new cars. They're cool to look at. I like to see all the technology that companies are coming out with on their new cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Like I get to go look at brand new cars that are coming out.
Yeah.
Like the new Broncos and like the Mach-E. I really want to get in one of those. See what they're all about.
So is this? And again, I'm kind of leading you down a path, but you're not going into a buzzsaw or anything. But is this something you want to do as a career, or is this testing the waters to see where this goes?
Starting out now, I mean, I would say just testing it and just seeing where it goes. I definitely can see this being a career because of like all the room there is for
Growth.
growth. Yeah, like and I've seen it like from what people have told me like how they've moved around in the company or what they used to do from like whenever they started till now. I mean, like if I'm not happy doing the sales part, like there's other places that I can still go and still make a good living for myself.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I mean like I can definitely see it being.
Well, the reason I bring that up more than anything is, it's very hard to get, and don't take this the wrong way, but to get a young guy to want to be in the car industry, because the problem is your generation, and somewhat my generation, they want everything, the instant gratification now, and unfortunately, it takes a little bit of time to get to where you have that instant gratification in this industry. So the reason why I really wanted everyone at home to listen to this is, this is a good industry to be in. You can make a good living out of yourself, and I don't know really why younger guys and girls are deterred from coming into this industry and trying to make a career out of it. So I was kind of wanting your insight on that a little bit.
I wouldn't necessarily say that it's just this industry. I would probably say that, like, if you look at the numbers, like I just saw a thing recently where there was like record number for people quitting their jobs this year. Like nobody wants to work. I mean, I don't know, like if it's just my generation, like I can definitely see a lot of it being that, just because like you're right, like it is the instant gratification. I used to be that way, but learned real quick, like that's not how the world works. You know what I mean? Like
No doubt.
You need to put in so you can have a good future for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like, I mean, that was just something that was always put in my head by my dad. So, I mean, like I've always had like a really good work ethic. I've had a job since I was 16. And I mean, like, I can't see it from their point of view just because I've had a consistent, like, I've at least had a job since I was 16 years old. Like, and I showed up every day on time and just did what I was supposed to do. Like, there was no, like, laziness aspect to, like, me or, like.
Would you tell everyone at home to give it a chance, this industry, if this is something they were interested in?
Yeah. Yes. I got a couple people that I know now that are looking for work, and I was thinking about recommending them to like apply here or something.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if they could go to this location. I don't know what
can.
job openings they have or
What role
whatever,
are they
but,
looking for?
I don't know specifically. Like, I don't think they're looking for anything specific. They just need a job.
I have
So-
porter positions available for sure, and if the right person comes along for a sales, I'd always take another salesperson.
Yeah.
Salespeople out there wouldn't like to hear that, but unfortunately, that's the way the world works. Unfortunately. Well, I appreciate you joining me.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm sorry I threw you in a little dark there, but I kind of wanted to do that for a reason, so I could kind of catch you off guard and get you a little acclimated. So I wanted to introduce Collin. He's part of the team now. Hopefully, he sticks around for a while. I've seen some good things so far. I've had some good conversations with him. So as always, over at Fusz Ford, we can replace the car for another customer, and I'll see you all next week.